going to have everyone rise, please, and Mr. Wilson is going to lead us in silent prayer. Maybe he'll say a prayer with all the stuff going on right now, and in the pledge. Thank you.
Let's remember all our people, students in Princeton High School. Came through very well. Everybody handled it very well, including our police and fire department as well. But please bow your heads. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You can all be seated now. Roll call.
Mr. Tankersley?
here.
Mr. Wilson?
Here.
Mr. Coulter?
Here.
Mr. Lovett?
Here.
Mr. Cook?
Here.
Mrs. Knight? Here. Mr. Schmidt?
Here.
Approval of the minutes from September 13th, 2022 regular council meeting. Are there any additions or corrections? Seeing none, those stand as written and distributed. We'll go right into communications with Mayor Hardman.
So for the start of my report, I think I'm going to call, we have the VFW here this evening for a presentation, so I will call upon them to come on forward and share with us.
Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome, Mr.
I'm the
Rogers.
Commander of all Vale Post, and I'm here to bring you up to date on what we are and what we want to do. As some of you already know, we sold our building, but we are a presence in Sharonville, and we want to stay that way. With that said, we talked with the fire department, we talked with the police department. Originally, we were saying about maybe buying a dog, but it was too expensive, cost an arm and a leg. With that said, if the police officer will come forward. We will buy him an arm and a leg.
We certainly appreciate it, and this will benefit the community greatly.
Thank you, Lieutenant Bruce.
We're going to buy you some lot costs. You want to explain to the, what they are?
Yeah, absolutely. So with this donation, we very much appreciate it from the VFW. We are able to increase our residential lot size. So those boxes have actually changed over the last couple of years, so they're much more user-friendly for our seniors. I know Sue's group is super excited about this. It will almost triple the amount of residential lot boxes we have.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you,
Thank
Chief
you.
Sunderman. Thank you so much.
Commander, I think before we let those guys go, I think all of these folks would like to thank you for
Yeah.
those donations as well as you guys always do. So if you want to step forward and make your way through the line, and then we're going to get some pictures real quick.
Yeah,
if
we'll
that's
have
all
some pictures.
We are still looking for a place to go.
I just talked to the mayor about it.
For those who don't know what a Knox box is, it's for if you have a senior citizen or a parent that is living alone, they put this box on their door, and instead of, if there's an emergency, instead of knocking the door down, they have a key that'll open this so they don't have to injure any of them or the occupants.
So let me add on to Friday was a hard hour or so. It hit home a lot, obviously with a young man at the high school and 2 in the middle school. But what I can say, and from everyone I have spoken to, has had nothing but glowing responses about the response from our first responders. I said respond a lot in that, but nothing but glowing reports. And there's nothing from my standpoint that meant more than the comment that my 16-year-old son had, who didn't really know what was going on, was very terrified, but he made it very clear that he knows, based on what he saw from the response of our team here in Sharonville, as well as around all of our surrounding communities, that they were doing it right, and that he felt safe. He felt that he was being protected, and that there were folks there doing what they were supposed to do to help if this situation was real, as opposed to the just horrible, terrible hoax that it was to our community. So I want to offer my thanks to our fire department, our police department, and all of our other responding agencies that worked that particular situation, because they deserve commendations for all that they did in handling that situation. And very glad it was the hoax that it was, as opposed to something more serious. But I know that our teams are there and are prepared and are ready if something like that turns out to be anything but a hoax someday. So thank you all. Our fire department's been pretty busy. I think there was 2 fires that have come in within the last week. So it's time for everybody to take a little break on what's going on. But you know, we say it before, and I think, and I'll never stop saying it, is our police and fire departments are the best in the area, and I think they are a fine example for what is out there. And we should be very proud, and you all should be very proud for the support that you give to them. So that is all I have to report tonight. Thank you.
Today, I wanted to remind everybody, because it's coming up very quickly, October 15th is our Firehouse open house. And if you would like to take a moment, Chief, and expand on that, you're welcome to. But they're going to have, I know that I see signs popping up all over the place.
You do in fact.
And there will be chili.
Thank you for that. So, yes, the 15th of October, which is a Saturday, and just looking historically, we've altered Saturdays and Sundays. Sometimes we feel like a Saturday's better, sometimes we feel like a Sunday's better, so we're going to try a Saturday again. The firehouse will be open. Please bring the kids out. We do set up some displays for them. We reached out to all the local schools, so we're hoping to have quite a few kids there. We'll have hot dogs, we'll have chili, one of which made by this guy right here. For those of you who have met Samantha Wood, our administrative assistant, her husband is a chef, by trade, so he promised to make some chili as well. So I think we'll have some good chili, and we're actually we invited the Hamilton County Communication Center. They're going to bring out a communication van and show the kids the communication side of things. And we'll have a firehouse bounce house for the little ones. So I think it's a little bit of something for everybody. So we hope to see you there. Thank you.
What time?
That would have been an important detail. Noon to 3, and my hesitation is I'm trying to view my calendar right now. Noon to 3. Noon to 3.
That is at the main firehouse.
It's the main firehouse
Thank
on Chester Road. Yep.
That's all I have to report this evening. We'll move on to our Clerk of Council, Mrs. Buhai.
Thanks. Just another reminder that there's a public hearing scheduled for October 25th at 7 p.m. regarding the expansion of the Northern Lights Community Entertainment District.
I don't really have a report tonight. From an expenditure perspective, everything is on track, and there's been no transfers to speak of. So that's my report. Sometimes less is more.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Just wanted to report that the income tax is up year-to-date, 4%, and motel tax is up a whopping 32.35%. And as Mr. McKeon noted in his email about the motel tax, we are actually very comparable year-to-date this year with 2019. So just a few 10,000 behind or so behind the motel tax in 2019, which is pre-pandemic levels. So that's really good news. That's my report.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. No report.
Okay. Now is an opportunity. Any residents that wish to be heard this evening? Nothing? Okay. Council committees, community development, Mr. Wilson.
Yes, the next meeting for the Board of Zoning Appeals and Planning Commission will be on Wednesday, October the 12th at 6:30.
Perfect. Thank you. Community services, Mr. Lovett.
Thank you. I have no report tonight, but our next meeting is on Wednesday, October 5th, 4 o'clock in the meeting room. Thank you.
Thank you. Budget and finance, Mr. Cook.
Thank you. The next Budget and Finance meeting was scheduled for October 11th at 6 p.m. We're going to still have it, but we're going to move it up to 5:30 p.m. And our main goal is to review the GFOA study. So I'm inviting council, anyone on council would like to attend. It is an open meeting also. So we will meet October 11th, 5:30 p.m. in council chambers. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
And then moving on to project oversight, no report.
Okay. Thank you. Honored citizens, Mrs. Knight.
Yes, I also like tonight would like to honor our first responders. On Friday during the hoax, the police and the fire looked so professional. I watched it on television. It was awesome. I mean, our guys were great. And I'm very proud to have such a great group of individuals caring for Sharonvillians and their children. And I'd also like to do a shout out to the teachers who I'm sure had a lot to go through, but they all look like they came out great. So thank you.
Thank you. Law and public safety.
Thank you. The next Law and Public Safety Committee meeting will be Tuesday, October 4th, 4 o'clock in the Administrative Conference Room. Thank you.
Thank you. Rule suspension motion, second and third reading with immediate effectivity for ordinance 2022-49E. Is there a motion to pass the rule suspension? So moved by Mr. Cook, second by Mr. Tankersley. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, yes? Those opposed, no. And it does carry. We'll move into our unfinished business.
Okay. This is a second reading of ordinance 2022-47, amending Business Regulation Code Chapter 731, nightclubs and nightclub promoters.
Thank you.
Second and third reading of emergency ordinance 2022-49E, ordinance authorizing preliminary legislation, participatory, as required by ODOT for Sharonville to participate in the construction of decorative fencing on the Crescentville Road overpass over I-75 and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to pass ordinance 2022-49E? So moved by Mr. Tankersley, second by Mr. Schmidt. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Mr. Tankersley? Yes. Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Coulter?
Yes.
Mr. Lovett?
Yes.
Mr. Cook?
Yes.
Mrs. Knight?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Emergency ordinance 2022-49E has been approved.
And we'll move on to new business.
Okay. First reading of Resolution 2022-R21, expansion of the Community Entertainment District known as the Northern Lights Community Entertainment District to include the Sharonville Downtown Loop.
And that was a first reading.
That was just
only?
first reading, yes, thank you.
It's one more opportunity. Anybody that wishes to be heard before council this evening?
always have to say something.
Well, we like that.
Tim Schmidt, 12215 Pickwick Place. I also, as a resident, would like to thank the Sharonville Police Department, the Sharonville Fire Department, and all the responders, not just for what they did on Friday, but for what they do almost every day. I really appreciate the service that they provide. I'd also like to thank the VFW, the members of the VFW, for their service to this country and for the donations that they've made. I'm very proud to say I'm a resident of Sharonville. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Anyone else this evening wishes to be heard? Seeing none, are there any other matters to come before council? Mr. Wilson?
I just know that we've mentioned it more than once tonight, but just looking back at Friday's events at Princeton High School, Princeton, of course, it's located in Sharonville. And if you can just imagine the fear of the students and the staff as they're getting reports coming in through the internet and through text that there's a shooter in place and that there's already been shots fired, and being locked in a dark room or a closet or a storage facility where people are coming by and checking to see if the door is locked and trying to calm the students there. Our staff did an incredible job. Our administration did an incredible job. The plan that was written that they followed on Friday included our police chief and our fire chief when it was written. And they had a great influence on the decisions that were made then when that plan was in place. Speaking from an experience as an old administrator, the cooperation that we've gotten at Princeton with our police and fire department is totally cooperative, totally supportive, and the police even came in and trained our staff on what to do should there be a shooter. And we hope that the most it is ever going to be is a hoax, but great courage by our staff members and great job by our students as they followed the directions. They followed the plan that was written, and with a great deal of influence from our police and fire department. So again, huge thank you to them, and kudos to an incredible staff and group of students at Princeton High School.
Thank you. Anyone else? Is there a motion for adjournment? So moved by Mr. Tankersley, second by Mrs. Knight. All those in favor, yes. Those opposed, no, and we do stand adjourned. Thank you all for coming out.